question?
Go ahead.
Why do white people hate us so much?
Yes,
He
sir.
yields.
Representative Jones, I want to ask you the question is, I understand that you went into public school and you went to Harvard and Harvard Law. And the question, I guess, is, would you have been able to maybe achieve this if you were not an athlete or a minority or any of these things, but you were a student trapped in a school that the slowest, you know, in the wild, we'll say the slowest gazelle does not survive, but yet the herd moves at that pace. So the brightest child sometimes is held back. And don't we
Point of
feel
order.
Gentleman may state his point of order.
Okay, I'm hoping I wasn't the only one that got shocked by that comment, that the only reason you went to Harvard is because you were black and an athlete?
I did not say that. I said, did that end up being one of the reasons? I do not know that. I asked
Okay,
him
all right.
this. I asked him this.
Okay, all right.
I don't mind answering.
Gentleman doesn't answer the question.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Why do white people hate us so much?
Let's talk about George Floyd. You said George Floyd's death was a terrible thing.
Terrible.
Why are African Americans still dying at the hands of law enforcement in this country?
And so are white people. So are white people. What a terrible question to ask. So are white people. More
it's a-
white people, by the way. More white people.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Why do white people hate us so much?
What the body cam video shows has been widely condemned for its shocking violence. It begins after 9 o'clock at night, Monday, December 9th, on secure property outside Marcy Correctional. There is no sound because the cameras were in standby mode and not activated by the law enforcement officers wearing them. 43-year-old Robert Brooks, handcuffed behind his back, appears to be lifted off the ground and carried by his arms. Less than a minute later, inside the prison infirmary, which is getting crowded with more prison staff. When we see Robert Brooks's face for the first time, it's bloody. Then the video shows 2 punches, the first of many.
Robert Ricks, Brooks' father, angry and emotional, had these words to say.
My question is why? That's my question. Why? Why do y'all hate us so? Why? What do we do? What do we do? We ain't do nothing. We help you build this country. We help you build it. Blood, sweat, and tears. We help you build this country. So why do you hate us?
Greetings from the east to north to south, and this wicked ass west. The topic, white hate. The questions, why you think they hate us so much? Let's get into it. I am your host. I am the one.
Okay, let's get into this. Now, if you think about it for a minute, you got these people. What people? What people? Hold on for 1 minute. I got to bring them out. These people right here. I must bring these people out again. They claim to be genetically superior, which I know that's a lie, but that's what they're selling. Okay? So what reason is it for them to hate us? They say we're nowhere near as smart as they are. Okay? So 1 and 2, you're superior. You're genetically superior. You claim you're the most beautiful people on the planet. So why do you hate us so much? I want you to think about that for a minute. If you are that much more superior than we are, what's the reason for the hate? Now, my brothers and sisters, you got to think about this for a minute. If this group of people, what people? These people right here, these people, if they are to be according to them, so much more superior than you are. Why do they fear us? At one point in time, they say we were 12% of the population. And then I happened to look again, it went down to 11%. And some statistics say 15% of the population. We have no military might. So militarily, we're not a threat. Financially, we are not a threat. Intellectually, they say they are so much more superior. Just using their logic, we are not a threat. So you tell me, why do they fear us so much? Think about it. I'm going to tell you why. And I'm not going to prolong it. I'm going to tell you flat out why. Because they know something we don't. I do believe the smallest nation in the world is Vatican City. Now, don't quote me on that, but I do believe that's the case. In Vatican City, that's where the Pope dwells. And underground, they have a lot of information. One thing about these people, what people? Wait, what people? These people right here. According to the scriptures, these people do their research. They know things about us that we don't know. And they will do anything to keep it a secret. They know certain things about us that if we ever knew, we would rise up. I'm going to give you a small illustration. Now, all you animal lovers out there, if I'm wrong, drop it in a comment. Hey, you're wrong. I'm going to take a stab at it. Elephants. Say it again. Elephants. Elephants are trained when they are small, when they're young, from the mother's womb. They are trained by certain people to serve them. A lot of these people love animals, and they train them when they are small. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe an elephant is about 2 tons or 2,000 pounds. Now, don't quote me, but I believe they are about 2,000 pounds. What these people do is they train them. What people? They train them. A large 2,000 pound animal. They put them on a small stake and they'll put it in the ground. Now, if this animal only knew that if it walked 6, 7, 8 steps, a stake that's in the ground will never hold them. But the fact of the matter is they don't know that. So in their mind, they are controlled by who? Their master. This is the reason why they want to cut a lot of Black history programs out of school. They decide, no, we won't have that. Because once you learn who you are, that's when they begin to fall. Let me give you an example. Every Black leader that came along, they immediately put down. Whether their ideology was correct or not, it doesn't matter. Martin Luther King made people think. Nat Turner made people think. What people? What people? Black people. Made them think. You had some of these intellectual rappers that came along before this good Christian devil destroyed rap music. It made Black people think. Fred Hampton made people think. They murdered him at the age of 21. One thing they will never, ever accept is a powerful Black man or Black woman that make their people think. again, let's go back to Vatican City. They know certain things about us that they never want us to know. And they will continue to keep it secret. But eventually, the truth will come out. I want to go to the next video because I don't want to talk too long. Let's go to the next video. I'll be back.
Americans are taught that a racist is an evil, horrible, bad person, that it's in someone's bones, that someone literally is a racist. That's their identity. And so that's not me. I'm a good person.
Sometimes our conversation started out easy.
How do you define racism? Racism is the unjust treatment of people of a different color, national origin, that is either from face-to-face interaction, but also more importantly institutionalized.
Yet things could quickly grow uncomfortable.
You define racism the way you did. Do you fit in that definition in any way? I'm not. I don't hold those views, and nor associate with people who do.
Most people struggle to explain racial inequality.
So the typical black family in America has much less money than the typical white family. How do you explain that?
That's tough. Some of it is opportunity. Some of it is some of it's your drive. Some of it's the way you're brought up.
But there's a lot of black people that don't get to where they can get. I don't know what to say about, intelligence-wise. If they're not as intelligent as white people, I mean, there are a lot that are very intelligent.
And almost no one used the term racism.
Intelligence-wise, if they're not as intelligent as white people, I mean, there are a lot that are very intelligent.
And almost no one used the term racism.
Now, you see in the hypocrisy of these devils. What devils? You see the hypocrisy of these devils. One of the things that in the early days, they never gave education an equal playing field. Because after emancipation, they took a survey. And when they did, this is after the emancipation, blacks was learning at a higher rate than whites. And that's when education was not even equal. If you don't believe me, look it up. Number one. Number two, they taught us that we could not learn. And we learned it. We learned that we could not learn. Now that sounds to me to be a group of people that's really, really intelligent. You have decided to suppress education. One thing for sure, that good Christian devil, she said exactly what the majority of these people think. But one thing they never mentioned is inequality or racism. The thing, they can't bring it to their minds to say racism. If that's the case, in their minds, they're saying we are all on an even playing field, and they are so much more intelligent than we are. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. See, these people, the thing about them is they are in denial. They have been given some people told me a 300, 400 year advantage. 300 to 400 years. And let's take a country like, we'll use a couple European nations, like France. France is given a 5-week vacation for all of their citizens if you entered the working class. France, European nation, is given a free college education. Now, a lot of the Western European nations' system is the same. So across the world, these people have the same ideology and the same mindset for black people, as well as here in America. Their mindset is that we are inferior. Forget the fact that you have enslaved my people for the last 400 years. That don't matter. Now, you can put a label on Donald Trump because his new policies here, and somehow we can put a label on Donald Trump. You will hear these people say he's only for the billionaires. The who? Billionaires with a B, billionaires. Somehow his actions favor the billionaires. So these people see that clearly in their minds. They can see it clearly. He's for billionaires. Even in my mind, I can see he's for billionaires. But when it comes down to racism, these people don't see it. It's unbelievable. Let me go to the next clip. I'll be back.
Take a look. Why do white people hate black people so much? I've been surrounded by nothing but white people. Race conversation has come up, and no one ever has an actual reason. There's always these, oh, black on black crime. Oh, they're lazy. Oh, they're this. It's a deep-seated jealousy, a deep-seated hate that black people exude greatness. Black people are the great inventors. Black people are the beginning of the human race. The white race has actually erased the original inventor from history and have put their names on things that they had no business putting their names on. Well,
You know what? That could be part of it, but that's not the reason. That's not the reason. The real reason is not in this world. If you ever want to find the answer, it's not in this world. There are a handful of people that knows. There's really a group of people that knows, but it's apart from this world. Number one, the thing that this man can't come to grips with is we are the children of the Most High God, and we will rule this earth. There's no question about it. But the answer is apart from this world. And most people give a small illustration or their personal belief of what the answer really is. Most people don't know, because the answer don't come from conventional wisdom of this earth. No, most people don't know. I would like to talk more, but I don't want to extend this video. I think I'm gonna make a part 2. Thank you for watching. I am your host. I am the one.